Buenos días, buenos días. ¿Cómo amanecieron? Está nublado afuera. Quiero que sepan que está nublado afuera. This is not going to be a long show. I just want to say hi to everybody. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. Es martes y el dicho dice no te cases ni te embarques. What does that mean? Don't get married on a Tuesday and don't go on a trip on a Tuesday. Bad luck, juju. Bad luck. But we're here to say hi, good morning. 9 more days till Christmas. Are y'all ready for the holiday, the biggest holiday of the year? In the United States, I think it passes Easter and it passes the 4th of July, Memorial Day. It passes all the other holidays. It's the biggest holiday of the year. Christmas will be here in 9 days. Can you all hear me? I don't see any messages, so I don't know. But I hope that you all can hear me. I always have bad internet in this house. ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? I turned it on subscribers only, so I guess I don't have any subscribers that are here commenting right now, but that's okay. I want to let you all know that this morning I was listening to Velda and Luke Thompson. I spent a little bit of my time this morning listening to them. Good morning, Joanne. Can you hear me? Am I having a sound problem again? I hope not. But I want to let you all know that I was listening to Velda, and you know, it does get upsetting when you continuously calling police officers to try to report slander and thank you, Joanne. When you try to report slander and stuff, and you know that there's laws that protect you against slander, but these police officers don't want to do their job, and they're always trying to look at ways where it will not fit the elements. And that's what they call it. It doesn't fit the elements. And how would it not fit the elements? It won't fit the elements if they go into their shows and they say the North Korean president or the pistol or the pistolera or the frog, because why? They're not mentioning my name. Even though everybody in the 956 knows that if any one of these people use any one of those nicknames that they're talking about me, the police officers also know it because they watch all of this shit. They just act like they don't. And they act stupid because it's convenient for them to be sitting in an office scratching their balls and not doing their job. And then they tell you, well, you need to get an attorney if, but do your job, motherfucker. Do your job. Do the warrant. After all, if it's an easy target, you're going to just get the warrant signed and you're not going to ask questions. You'll ask the questions after the whole thing is over and done with, like you did with me. You put me in jail 18 hours with no phone calls, no water, no cover, no blanket, no nothing. You put me in there, and then the judge had the nerve to say your sister's waiting outside. No, she wasn't waiting outside. She didn't even know what time I was getting out. And that judge made sure that she didn't get to that office until after she had her breakfast at Mañanitas after 10. Because, of course, her little powwow uh, morning meeting with her little friends at Mañanitas is every morning between 9 and 10. So I was in a cell for 18 hours with no water, yet I can't even find a stupid lawyer in the south of Texas because why? They all cover themselves with the same colcha. So it's very hard when people slander you, or when you go through 2 years of not working, of not receiving any kind of monetary income except from rentals that you might have. And that's what's supporting you through the whole thing. And at the end of the 2 years, because they sit on papers, they want to say, aquí no pasó nada. We're not here for what you lost. We're just here to settle this and get it out of the court system. Why after 2 years? Because it was for their benefit of their friends, for them to sit on the paperwork for 2 years. After all, their friends were the ones that trespassed on my property to cause a ruckus. And it's all on video. And since their friends are not going to win on any type of court that might be going to trial, they're trying to settle out of court and just try to, chew it away. But you've been you made me wait for 2 fucking years. You yourself, every application that I filled out had to state, because I have all the applications that I fill out are for federal jobs, and I had to state that these applications were being filled out with, I'm waiting to go to court. As soon as any employer sees I'm waiting to go to court, they want to know, was it your fault? Is it your fault? You're waiting to go to court, is it your fault? Because if it's your fault, it's an assault warrant, a harassment warrant, and an assault warrant. And then at the end of the 2 years, oh, aquí no pasó nada. Nothing was your fault. And it's like, what can you do when people choose to continue to slander you over and over, Red Rover? Then they get mad when you tell them, didn't you go all the way to San Antonio to broadcast a whole funeral? A whole memorial? Why didn't you come to Raymondville to broadcast the funeral here? It's like, what happened there? But you didn't hear that one from me, did you? Or they'll be there talking smack lies about people that don't have nothing to do with social media, even if, these people are married related, or if they're, blood related. Why don't we talk about the person that was married to the Houstonian dog that called all his followers pendejos? Why don't we ever talk about that? Why don't we talk about the fact that the Houstonian dog always beats her up and has her so intimidated that you can actually walk her to a women's shelter so that they can offer her help, lawyers for divorce or lawyers for protection. They will be free for her because she's a victim of crime. But she's so intimidated that she won't even go. Which she was trying to reach out. She found herself in an unsympathetic ear. And then another person that recorded her ass. So it's like, yes, all these things happen in the 956. Why are people from the 956 so cold-bloodedly unsympathetic? Because most of them were raised hard. Most of them were raised hard. But just because you were raised hard doesn't mean that you have to be slandering anybody. Why don't you talk about what you ate this morning? Why don't you talk about how it's foggy outside? And it's still a little cold. It's not as cold as the other days, but it's still a little cold. Why don't you talk about that? You have to be coming in here talking about people that are not even on social media to the point where you're pushing people to the push and shove stage, and they're already telling you, I'm working, I'm going to double my time, I'm going to save that money, and it's going to a lawyer. Why do you have to bypass the police officers that are always scratching their balls? And it's not just the ones in Raymondville, it's Hidalgo County, Cameron County, Starr County. All of them do it. When it comes to issues of social media and slander, even if you have proof that they are slandering you, they don't want to do their job. They want to turn a deaf ear. And it starts with the chief of police that are in those offices. It starts with the chief of police that are in those offices. As far as the one here is concerned, he's got to be sitting down. Pobrecito, he had knee surgery. So, pobrecito, he's got to sit down. Somebody's got to be sitting in a sitting position to scratch their balls. And it's got to be him. Do I care? No. I don't care. As soon as this show goes up, it turns on in their police department. And they know that I'm going to be talking about their ass. Because they will go for easy targets, and even if you make it easier for them. Last year, 2024, they had 2 crimes that were so easy. People were videotaping somebody overdosing and putting it on social media. And they went all the way to the house where the guy was overdosed. He died, of course. But they still had to do a big old investigation, touching people's breasts through the fence line. Other people were seeing it. That's what I heard. It was part of their investigation to be touching people's breasts through the fence line. But, hey, it happens. It happens. And the other one was down San Francisco Street. The man was walking to the school to go and pick up his other grandchild and stopped to talk to one of the neighbors there. He talked to her for a little while he was walking, and he had his other grandkid with him. There was other people in their porches, sitting on their porches, because most people around here in this one cow town sit on their porches and look at the street, see what's going on, who's going by, saying bye to the cars or hi. And they noticed that a car stopped. They had phones. And they noticed that a man got out of the car and started beating up on the man. They were recording it. And they really started recording when the man took a knife out and started stabbing the man in his chest. Yes, the man died en route to the hospital. Then these police officers, after all the videos were given to them, they still have the nerve to do an investigation. The hell are you doing an investigation for? The proof was given to you in your hands. But we can't, as citizens, come out here and say this is the type of jobs that they want to do. Where the citizens are doing the job for them and they still want to try to look the other way. They couldn't on that one. I don't know what happened to the first one. But, usually if you overdose on your own, that's on you. But other things happen during that little incident. But, hey, you got to say, well, I hope that they're doing their job right. No, they didn't do any justice for me. They didn't do any justice except for the paperwork to cover their ass up, because that's what happened. I could go into detail, but I'm going to save it because I am mad that, push has to come to shove for a lot of people, and they have to lose money to lawyers because the police don't want to do the initial job that they have to do when you're even giving them the law. Plenty of times when I called Murad to my house, I gave him the law. And in his eyes, it didn't fit the elements. It never was going to fit the elements in his eyes, and I didn't know what was going on, but it never fitted the elements until 2 years later I found out why it never fit the elements. But that's when people are thinking with the head they have below their waist instead of the head that God gave them with a brain. And I did mention his name, and I don't care. He can come and talk to me about it. If he doesn't work in Raymondville, he's probably doing the same thing somewhere else. That's how I feel about it. Because why? Because I was the only victim. I was the only person that lost 2 years of employment, 2 years of being away from here, peacefully doing a job somewhere else, and still taking care of my pets here by paying my neighbor. But they don't care about that. They don't care if somebody goes on social media on a World Wide Web and slander anybody. And you're telling them that's not true. They don't have proof. And they still want to say it doesn't fit the elements. It must be nice for something to never fit the elements. But, Velda, I feel for what you're going through with these people continuously slandering you and your family. I don't know why I'm not seeing any comments. It's on all messages. But that's okay. I'm getting ready to leave anyway, but I just wanted to tell y'all there's 9 days left till Christmas. You're here. I think you're the only one commenting right now, Joanne. But I do feel what Velda's going through, and it's like, they want to get under somebody's skin and they're not doing it. It's not gonna work. I don't care what the people around here do. Hi, Saint Martinez. It's like, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I just want to retire. That's how tired I am of the whole situation. But I'm not gonna retire. Why should Velda, Anna, Yaya, myself, or anybody that wants to start a platform and just say hi to everybody? What are you doing? What are you up to? What are you going to be doing for the holidays? Are you going to go skiing in Colorado for vacation? Or are you going somewhere else to another country on vacation for Christmas? Is that the gift you want to give yourself? Why can't they do that without being targeted for hate and for bullying on social media? And why, if you call the police officers, why should you have to hear you're gonna need a lawyer when they know that they have to do their job first? You know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we go around circles and circles with these people. And I've been going at it for 2 years. I'm still waiting for the chief of police to call me up since Virginia didn't give him his phone number or my phone number. And then when he sees me at funerals at the cemetery, he wants to act stupid. Bet you all the while that he's standing there, he's saying, she better not come over here and try to talk to me in the middle of this funeral. Which is not something that I'm going to do because I'm not so unethical. So please, Chief, your button is not going to pop out of your shirt just because I'm there at a funeral and you're standing there. I'm not going to do that. Good morning, LV Raiders. I'm not going to go and embarrass you in the middle of the Pantheon, Chief. If you don't have the huevos to call me up because you have my phone number and talk to me about all the crap that's been going on for the last 2 years, then guess what? You're fine. It doesn't matter. Ya pasó. But I'm not going to let you forget it, Chief. So, you know, it's not... And then you deal with people that aren't even from here. And I know that y'all are going to say that Yaya's not from here neither, but let's not forget who Yaya is. She's my queen. She's the queen of, I'm going to criticize all of you all when you all are doing wrong. And she has never denied that that's why she started her platform. Her platform was already on TikTok as a cooking channel. So, you know, don't even go there with me because I will defend Yaya. Her platform was created on YouTube to criticize everybody on the 956, and that's what keeps everybody in check. I like that. She is even Steven. El que me la hace me la paga. That's how Yaya is. And let's go to the next one, bullying. Okay, so look at me. I'm wearing an Express sweatshirt because it's freaking cold. I'm 180 pounds, motherfuckers. When I was 320 pounds, you could call me fat. You still want to call me fat, motherfuckers? ¿Qué traen, bestias? Hey, back there, did you hear that? You know, Velda has done an awesome job in 2025. She will continue to lose weight in 2026. And she's looking awesome, motherfuckers. Is that what making you so jelly? We were fat at 300. I was fat and healthy at 324. And I'm not so healthy at 180, but I'm not fat neither, motherfuckers. I'm a size 14. I think I'm average. But you all want to be belittling people and calling them fat or saggy skin. Guess what? All of that can be fixed. You know, I went and had surgery in 2003. Why? Because I didn't want to do the exercise. And the surgery took the weight away. The saggy skin? Hey, I can go to a cosmetology clinic and have some excess skin removed. All of that can be fixed, motherfuckers. Your attitude and your ugliness cannot be changed. I can use bad words on my platform. I choose not to sometimes, but I can. This is my platform. The show is not made for children. If you're letting your children watch a show like this, that's on you. Because from the get-go, it says it's not made for children. But, you know, a lot of people don't understand the concept. If you don't have nothing to say that's good, don't say it at all. Keep your mouth shut. Con la boca cerradita te miras más bonita. Flies don't go into a closed mouth. You know, it's like, really? And then the worst one, the pot calling the kettle black. El sartén diciendo que el comal está negro. ¿Cómo la ven? People that are fat trying to make fun of people that are heavy. There's a difference between being fat and being heavy. You know, it's like funny to me when I listen to some of this crap. How can you, with a straight face, try to make fun of somebody because they're still a little thick, but they already lost 100 pounds, and you're still trying to say that they're fat and you're fatter than that, or you're bigger than they are? That's too funny to me. You're being the pot calling the kettle black and thinking that it's funny, or making memes on stupid pages that I don't watch. I don't need to watch them. So you continue doing whatever the hell you want. You know, it's like, really, motherfuckers? You haven't learned anything in 2025? You will continue with your messiness with 1.5 million followers and only 20 on your podcast. I got 24 and I'm not even trying. And I got 6 likes. Thank you for those 6 likes. Thanks for everybody that's hitting tap, 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 like. Please share because I still got to get to 1,000. But these people are so funny. It's like, you know, why am I going to come and talk about people here when I can talk about drinking coffee and having a good time gossiping about people in the neighborhood? I mean, those are the best kind of chismes. What's going on? You know, it's like Tina was making my day yesterday. But, I mean, you guys need to learn that it doesn't matter what you do in life. Always do the right thing, because it doesn't matter if people are seeing you doing the right thing or not. God is seeing you doing the right thing. And when it's all said and done, when you do the right thing, it means that you have integrity. And some of these people don't have any integrity. Some of these people would go and visit an alcoholic at his house knowing that he had one foot in the grave and the other foot outside, and they scored. But you didn't hear that one from me, did you? It's like, why don't they talk about that? They want to make it sound like, oh, you know, they're so decent. They're Mother Teresa of Calcutta's cousin. They're not. They never will be Mother Teresa of Calcutta's cousins, because even if they go to church, están persinándose, they're always doing it the wrong way. You know, it's like they're never sincere about repenting about anything. And that's the damn shame. That there is the damn shame. When they don't want to repent, they are, like the Chinese novellas say, they're seeing the yellow river and they still don't want to repent. They're seeing the hammer going down on the casket and they still don't want to repent. And it's like it's okay. You don't have to answer to any of us. After all, God's the only one that's going to judge you at the end, but the Bible does say what you plant is what you will sow. And I'm not lying about that one. Ya van a venir a levantarme, so I'll see you guys. Thank you for allowing me into your morning, Tuesday morning for 30 minutes, and we'll see what happens tonight. But for right now, I'm going to let y'all go and just keep doing the right thing and don't worry about them because they will continue to gossip and talk and be mean until push gets to shove, and they were already warned. So let's see what happens. Bye, everybody.